green card wife, criminal, but he's still on the streets.
Sorry, I'm still hung up on Obama.
Fucking tight jeans. You're like, why Obama? What are we doing?
I'd like some mango. Howdy, it's the Joystick Show, episode 214. Oh my god.
That's a lot of episodes.
That's a big number.
A lot of talking.
It's a fairly big number. Dude, it's going to be a good one. We're all here today. We got stuff to talk about, I'm not going to get real specific into what that stuff is going to be because I don't even know what that stuff's going to be. Yeah. But it's going to be a surprise and it's going to be fun, all right? If you want to go ahead and help the equipo del Joystick, I think that's the Hispanic pronunciation for it. Go ahead and like this episode of the Joystick Show. Go ahead and subscribe. See if the little button glows rainbow. It's pretty cool when it does that. And
subscribe.
Sit back, relax. It's gonna be a whirlwind.
What if I just whisper and subscribe for like an hour? Would it just?
It probably you'd give somebody an epileptic seizure. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. Just some meat spin,
Ugh.
Yeah. No.
Not a good. That's a dated.
Not a good call out.
Yeah. No.
He's watching the show right now though.
It's not one guy. It's two guys. They're both watching the show.
That's crazy. Yeah.
I mean, technically speaking, the guy spinning is the more.
That's what I'm telling you. Yeah.
That's the star of that video.
Exactly. You know way too much about this.
Unfortunately. I've been on the internet.
Usually I'm the guy who knows about the internet shock videos.
Yeah,
and everyone's like, why are you talking about
I only know the gay ones. That's the only ones I know.
It's like the ones with, cake farts.
That one, the guy with the jar and the guy with the horse. That's my repertoire.
The jar guy was the jar guy was completely okay.
Oh, he's cool.
Yeah, he went to work then like 4 hours after the video.
That guy's a legend.
He has kids now. He goes in the chat.
You can't be that guy and have kids.
No, that's the thing. And people are like in the chat, like on Reddit, and they're like, "Yeah, I heard that guy died." And he's like, "I'm right here." I'm
right
still in the community, in the glass shoved up the ass.
That's my father. Thank you very much. My father is alive. And
my father's a hero.
He only does it with plastic jars now.
Yeah, you learn.
All right, fucking.
That's crazy.
I'm actually really curious to know what Dylan's bringing to the table.
Yes, because it does have to do with the podcast.
Oh,
and it does have to do with video gaming.
Okay.
Oh. So I know that we have some stuff planned in the future that has to do some video games.
Yes.
This has nothing to do with that. But you motivated me a few weeks ago. I rewatched an episode where you were talking about your favorite platinums that you have gotten this year. And I realized that I was slacking a bit on that thing. I know you were talking about it a little bit, Red Dead, and how you gave up on it, and how there's a bunch that I gave up on. But I'm not going to talk about that right now because when you talk about something, you do what like a thesis paper does, and you start off with something that has nothing to do with that. You know?
Oh, so
you gotta capture the reader, right?
Yeah.
Why the fuck is every game $60 still? It doesn't make any sense. Do you guys agree?
Well, 70 actually.
70?
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Even higher.
Just so in 8 months that it's free on the game catalog, and then I can go claim it on the game catalog.
Right.
Yeah.
Yay. You can pay like $80 a month or $80, and you just get all the games for that year or something like that. Why are we doing that? It doesn't make any sense to me. And, I have strong opinions on this because I have claimed every single free game going back to 2013. Okay. I've also purchased any game that's 80% off, or I just see it on sale for like 50 cents and I buy it. I now have 950 games in my game catalog on PlayStation. Most of them I'd paid nothing for. And now I'm claiming games on the game catalog, right? Which I have no preference. Like, I'm not gonna play fucking Shinkuzen Zero
but
Ultra.
You're just hoarding games. You're never.
One day I'll play it, maybe.
Yeah.
One day. There was like a few months where my PS4 was bricked a few years back, and then I got a new hard drive and I ended up getting the PS5. But I missed some of those games, and I'm like, damn, bro, I gotta go back and play those games.
I just like the idea that in it's pretty close at this point. In 15 years after World World War III when everybody's in a bunker. There's gonna be some guy who's like, I stored 50 years worth of beans and I'm gonna live forever. And next door, Dylan's like, yeah, but do you have Ridge Racer 4 on your PlayStation 5?
Yes, but the worst thing to do in an apocalypse situation is not switch myself back to owning my PS5, because then I wouldn't have access to any of my games. Now Jose is in a bunker playing Doom, and I'm not playing any of my games. No, but I realized in looking at all of these games that were on sale and stuff, there is a phenomenon that's on the PlayStation Store, and it disgusts me, even though I partially partake in it. And it's called the P2P. It's the pay to platinum.
Oh, yeah, these are like those dumb fucking...
So there's a company called Ratalaika Games, which I have a few of these. They'll actually port a full game. But in order to get the platinum, you got to beat like a half the game. You got to beat like a quarter of the game. That's kind of bullshit. But I do own some of these, and I have platinum some, because some of them are like a couple hours. It's like an actual indie game, right? There's some that are real egregious. My Name is Mayo is one, which is like you just press the mayo jar. I know it has like a storyline. It's pretty fun. There's like the jumping chocolate, the jumping ice cube, the jumping beaver, the jumping fox. It's terrible. I remember one time I was just going through and I was just reading out some of the names. There's no quality control. You can just put out a game on PlayStation, charge money for it, and you'll get people to buy it if it has a platinum involved, or if it's just absolute dog shit, right? So I would like to explain to you guys the platinums that I have gotten over the past week and a half.
Okay.
A lot of the dozen or so that I own from the shitty companies, I already have those platinums, so I couldn't go platinum those because I already have it, you know? So I wrote down the games that I've platinum over the last week and a half. One I'm mad about is Hot Wheels. It just became free, and I already fucking platinumed it. So if anyone wants to get cooked in Hot Wheels Unleashed 2, this goes for the audience, you can do it.
Sounds good.
I have platinum Skate Master Checo, which is an actual pretty good game, but you only have to platinum half of it, you know?
Don't know what the fuck that is.
I also platinumed Donut County.
Okay.
Funny Truck, which is just there's a bunch of people in your truck and you got to kill 4,000 of them.
I'm upset that I laughed at that.
Yeah. I said Donut County already. Then Wrecked, which is wrecked with an exclamation point.
Right.
Spent like 6 hours on that. Actually not bad. And then EJ's The Ball What's Different game, brought to you by Breakthrough Gaming.
Thank you. Fuck, dude?
Which is just actually not an instant platinum. You do have to speed run, which is a children's matching game, in 10 seconds. So it actually is like you have to actually try for the... It's easy. And then there's games also that I almost have platinumed, which I have very much like a Professor Calamitous sometimes approach to these kind of things, where it's like, even sometimes with the Red Dead thing where you're playing a game, you're like, I really love this game. You should do that. You shouldn't like really run to a game and be like, all right, and then it feels like a grind if you have to play a game for 16 hours that you like. But sometimes this is not feasible. But I am going for the MLB Platinum, right? There's a game called Radon Break, which is just Brick Breaker, and I'm not good at Brick Breaker. And it's this way, so it's like I have to look at what I'm looking for. It's like pissing me off. But I would like to end it with saying with the game I'm currently trying the platinum, which is Dave the Diver.
I've seen you playing this, yeah.
Dave the Diver. Everyone should go stop the podcast, even if you're watching. Stop watching the podcast and go play Dave the Diver.
Don't do that.
It is a 10 out of 10. Come back and watch it later. It's fine, guys. More views. We like it.
No, it's funny. I was kind of explaining the whole spiel of Dave the Diver to Jerry and Jose earlier, and I was like, it's kind of like you dive in the day part and you like explore and find fish, and then in the night part you come up and it's like a restaurant simulator.
Yes.
And we were all just kind of like, so it's basically Dylan's perfect game.
Yes. The vibes though are very like Echo the Dolphin, I'm trying to think of what like Fishing Frenzy almost. Like it's like side view. It's fucking great. And it's like all of those things aren't even what's good. The story of the actual game is better than the actual gameplay elements, which is like, I don't know, I realized I've talked about this before on the podcast, but I like it when a game will just take like 4 or 5 different games and kind of make them into one. But this game, every character in this game is fucking hysterical. The head chef is Bancho, and he's like if he was playing the movie, he'd be played by like Jamie Foxx. Okay. He's like this cool black dude. He's like just a savant. There's like a whole backstory of of how he ended up being on like Hawaii or whatever. It gets to the point about like 6 hours in where you're like, what the fuck am I playing? Because there's like, you have a phone with like a bunch of apps in it. You're the guy who makes your weapons is like a neckbeard, and at one point you enter his dream and then have to play a rhythm game where he's at a Japanese idol concert. There's a point where you have to like basically save the people of Atlantis. Like at a certain point you're like, what the fuck is going on?
Expecting it to go that.
It goes even deep. And it goes even deeper than that. I just haven't gotten up to that because you have to like upgrade your equipment, do the fish and all that. But yeah, fucking very fitting that you're wearing the Aquaman shirt. But fucking, I'm not even done with the game yet. I'll give it like a 9.5 out of 10.
Is there any scary fishes?
I mean, like you'll just be swimming and then a shark will just attack you. So like, there's
can't
that.
Play it now.
But it's like it's pixelated.
Immediately ruined for me.
You know, and I'd recommend to play with
the scared by the shark.
No,
video game sharks.
And I play with the sound off too because if you like, there's a lot of sound effects and like it's kind of almost like 8-bitty, kind of like chiptune-y. Yeah. But then when your oxygen runs out or there's a shark, instantly it's like, and you're like, apparently I wanna go. But yeah, it's a good. It's and if you don't like the fish part, you can literally just like kill like 8 of the fish and then go back up, or do the story stuff if like you're not into that. But I mean, it's a good game.
Dylan, I know exactly what you were saying, but all those games, what the hell are those titles?
Yes,
I'm like, what are you playing?
Yes, so Donut County is actually really good. It's like it's like, imagine like if you ever played like Katamari. Yeah, it's that, but like you're sucking things in.
I've seen the trailer for this. Okay,
So, and it's like an indie game. It's actually pretty fun. Breakthrough Gaming is an interesting one. So there's a company called Breakthrough Gaming. It's one of those companies that does the pay to platinums, but they're like always like difficult. They're not like very easy. So like you'll get a game and there'll be like a challenge element to it. You have to get to like the 10th level, and it's like actually the 10th level's hard. But it'll take you like 10 minutes if you're not bad at it.
No, I mean, I low-key got those vibes when I did, what's this shit, Lady in a Leotard with a gun?
Yes.
Because it's like the first, you're supposed to do like 12 levels or whatever, and the first like 9 or 10 are like, oh, this is bullshit, but then you get to like that hard one, and you're like, oh, okay. They're making me work a little bit for this, I guess.
I mean, I like that. I almost get annoyed, but I'm like, hey, this is going to be worth it. Yeah. But Dave the Diver, I mean, go play it.
Well, it's also like, just kind of on the topic, I was watching one of my old favorite Spyro speedrunners. He was streaming himself playing Crash 4.
Okay.
And he was like, it's his first time 100% completing everything. And that, to this day, is like one of the most difficult platinums I've ever done in my entire platinum career, to the point where like, as much as I love that series, as equally as excited as I am if they were to announce a Crash 5, I would just get like a wave of anxiety of like, I have to fucking go through this shit again, and I don't think it's worth it. But point is, I was watching this guy play through it, and he was on a level that for me took like days to beat, because like you have to do everything perfectly, can't die, have to 100%. It's crazy. But this guy, he's a fucking like ex-world record speedrun record holder. So, these guys have like oddly good nerves for this shit. So like, I'm watching this guy like basically bash his head against this wall of this level like 15, 20 times. And then when he finally does it, I'm like, oh, and he's like, this is literally his reaction. He's like, we did it. Yes. And I was like, what? Come on, bro. Like, it's more deserving, but like, it was just the cheeky.
To him, it's not.
To him, I did it. Yep. Cool.
Ain't no PB, ain't no world record. You just fucking beat a level.
Just another PB.
I was like, man, fucking show some vigor. Do something cooler. Don't hit me with the chewed at. The Jaegers.
Yeah.
I sometimes wonder, like, I haven't met any other platinumer, like trophy hunter than us. I'm curious to see how I'd react if I met like someone on the street who's like, yeah, I have about like maybe this many platinums on my belt, and I'm like, whoa, like this is lingo I normally hear from only you guys. It's gonna be weird when that happens.
Yeah, I used to see like a lot of people on my friends list that had like now they redid the whole trophy system. Like back in the day before they did that, I feel like people used to do it a lot, like on PS3 days.
PS3 days?
Yeah.
I have one guy on my friends list that has like over 300 and something platinums. He's a fiend. He plays like everything.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
He plays, and then he'll hit me up like every now and then with like, it's funny because like he just kind of snuck into my friends list, And then like a year in, I was like, I thought I knew this guy, but I don't know this guy. I was just like, I thought I knew who you were. I think he has me on Facebook too. So I was like, oh shit, it's like a whole thing.
What?
But
this guy is hunting you down.
No, but every now and then he'll hit me up for like a game that I platinum that he's like having trouble with, and he's like, bro, how did you platinum by New Isaac? And I'm like,
that's cool. Like, I want a pen pal, a platinum pal.
I know, like I really wish I could help him, but I was like, dude, you just gotta fucking keep doing it. It's a grind, man. But anyway, we should get the fuck off of this platinum discussion and talk about anything else.
The gold.
How about instead of gold, we talk
trophies?
We're getting on the right.
I have something to talk about. There's gold in it.
Oh,
No.
Speed is gonna compete in the Olympics.
Can you all shut the fuck up so we can talk about fighting for like 10 minutes, please? I want to talk about something we all probably had a little bit of a stake in, and that was watching a 50. What is he? How old is he?
58.
58-year-old man just
Make
Stand
money
there.
That's fair.
He stood there, man.
Make a check.
That's fair, man.
That's a fight. I mean, he was standing. He had gloves on.
So right off, I'm gonna say I have made a decision in my life. I am never gonna watch another Jake Paul fight again. I don't care who he gets to fight. I don't care if it's Canelo Alvarez. I don't care if it's Floyd Mayweather. I don't care if he somehow manages to revive Muhammad Ali. I am not watching another Jake Paul fight. I'm not feeding into it. I don't give a shit.
What if it's Obama?
I don't care.
I'm not watching that. I'm sorry, bro.
Fucking, I'll check out the highlights the next day. But man, what a waste of my fucking time.
Yeah, 100%.
Both in the okay. Well, right off the bat, I will say the undercards were actually a little bit fun. The female fight between Amanda Serrano and I forgot the woman's name. That was really fun to watch. Also, the other male fight that happened before that, the 12-rounder between Mario Barrios and the other fighter.
Yeah, they were just
very fun, just wailing at each other. Those were good. But then the actual Jake Paul Mike Tyson fight, what a fucking load of garbage that was. I think Mike Tyson didn't throw a punch for like 3.5 rounds or something like that. He was just more focused on biting his glove. Fucking. Then there's the whole spiel of like Netflix couldn't handle it at all. Like, what was actually interesting is Mildred had told me before this was even a thing. She told me months ago when we were having a normal conversation about the show Love is Blind, that Love is Blind attempted to do this like live reunion thing.
A live stream thing, yeah.
And it was like one of Netflix's first big live events, and she and a bunch of like other people that she used to watch the show with were very excited to see it. And when it came on, it was just a fucking disaster. Like, it was a nightmare. Like, apparently it was like 1 hour late because there were technical issues, and then once it started, it was buffering. So when it started, Mildred quoted it. She was literally like, if this is going to run anything like the Love is Blind reunion ran like a year ago, it's going to be garbage. And sure enough, it was awful. And even Ludwig tweeted it out. He was like, the fact that this ran even poorer than the Love is Blind fiasco, I was like, this was way more apparent than I fucking knew about because everyone's talking about it. But I don't know. Netflix should probably just stay in their lane. Is that the idea here?
I think, yeah. I think so.
Just have stuff that you can watch, man. Don't. They're already way too big. Like, just stop making so much stuff. Just put stuff on your platform and shut up.
It's like they bit more than they can chew. They were like, we can do that, right, guys? Yeah, we
they've
can
made
do
like
that.
a ton of like war movies and shit. Like, what are you doing?
And I feel like theoretically speaking, they should be able to do that. But it's like, what was the problem? I don't.
Yeah.
I guess at the end of the day, and this is the only thing I can think of, is since it was on Netflix, it was that much more accessible. Where if it were a pay-per-view event, it would be more of a thing where like obviously less people are watching it, so it's broadcasted to less people. And then in bigger pay-per-view events like that, you usually have people watching them communally, where you have big parties, people are at people's houses, so it's like one payment per 20, 30, 40 people. Whereas since this was on Netflix, anybody could have just watched it with an account, which is most likely what happened.
Yeah, you have no idea how many people are gonna like tune in.
And for what it's worth, they want to say all that shit like, 120 million viewers. It's like, yeah, but it's on Netflix and it was practically free. You just had to have an account. And like, I'm just gonna make up a number, but like 20% of people don't even pay for their Netflix account. So
it's not like
it's more than that.
Yeah.
And then you want to add
especially
on top
now
the
with
fact,
like the family accounts and stuff now
yeah,
that
and you
like
want
they
to
made
add
a way
on top
to do it.
that you beat up a 58-year-old retired boxer. It's just not much of a flex there, dog. I'm sorry. Like,
It wasn't the last fight he had, like anything with Jake Paul in it, there's no hitting involved. It's like, it's almost like he's like, yeah, let's make this really big fight, but let's not hurt each other's faces. Okay?
No, there's hitting.
Well, I
It's
mean,
just-
this is the first time Jake Paul didn't knock someone out.
Yeah.
He knocks someone out every time. It's just that the person that fights him never really tries. but then he has this flex of like, oh, I beat all these people.
Yeah.
But no, if you watch any of his fights, the amount of punches thrown, it's like even if it went to 12 rounds, they would give it to him because the other person is like purposely not.
Also, not to
punching.
mention, he's like only fought one professional boxer.
And
Everybody else,
lost.
everybody else that everyone
And he
else that
lost.
he's well, I mean, I'm sorry, let me rephrase that. He's fought 2 professional boxers. Granted, one was retired
This is
and
not
nearing
count.
60,
This is not
but
professional boxing.
but to keep it clear, he just fights like retired sports athletes from other sports or MMA fighters, and then he just wallops them, so to speak. And then fucking he cashes his paychecks and wants to say that he's like the best he's the self-proclaimed, what did he say? Like the king of boxing and the face of boxing.
He's the modern face of
It's
boxing.
like, shut up.
and it's
then
like you generated it, you made it happen.
What
It's
a disrespect to boxing.
and
low-key.
it's a major disrespect. And then I loved at the end.
and that like that fuels him more because then he's like the villain.
Yeah.
you know?
At the end, the commentator who was in the ring asked him, they were like, what's next for you? Who do you want? And he's like, I'm not going to name names right now, blah, blah, blah. And then the announcer was like, you mentioned Canelo earlier this week. What's your opinion? And he was like, Canelo needs me, so I'm not going to reach out to Canelo. But if Canelo wants to fight me, then we can make it happen. And it's like, you don't want that, pal. You do not want that, pal. Because if Canelo, for the record, Canelo, if he's smart as I think he is, he's not going to take that fight because he's above that. He doesn't need that shit.
Right, but the thing is, Jake Paul, he's not really boxing. He's just making money. So that's why he won't fight Canelo, regardless of what Canelo wants to fight, because there's always going to be some stipulation in their contract that's like, oh, well, you can't fight until like the second round.
They did get it.
Like
why do we think Logan Paul made a drink company and also is in the WWE? It's for the pay. It's always been for the paycheck.
And then I also found it interesting that the
these
event
kids
was
from,
sponsored by Celsius and not Prime Energy Drink. It was like, what the fuck? How did you not get your little brother in on that? Or
But I
big
mean,
brother?
I think
know
there's just the
which
whole
one's older.
broadcast sucked. I know this was like this commentator's done boxing before, but the commentary on this this is the big pet peeve. This commentator was fucking garbage. he had like these
He had, like, the
one-liners.
weirdest
He would be like, and he slapped him like Will Smith, and like just something like that. And it's like, this is so like there'd be callbacks to shit from like 2012. I'm like, what are we doing? This is not like just call the match.
He was trying to be silly.
Yeah, he was trying to be like, this is like.
He's trying to be a little goofy for the people at home.
So I will say, Mike Tyson, Jake Paul, big one of those, big stinky. But John Jones and Stipe Miocic.
It was alright.
It was that kick though, man.
Yeah, it was just like everything else was like just like wearing down Stipe. You know?
I mean, the fight before that was mad entertaining. The Chandler and Oliveira fight, that was fucking amazing. But that kick that John Jones gave to Miocic to end the fight, bro, I almost shit myself. I'm not gonna lie. I don't think I can legally. I don't want Dana White to come beat me like he does his wife. But
just lower. Just put the contrast at like 100.
Yeah, fucking pixelate it so you don't really know whose leg it is.
Interpret it. Kick a
No,
sword.
he broke ribs 100%. And then I almost shit myself. I was like, I folded over. It was one of those things. It's like beautiful and painful at the same time. Like as a fighter, you could appreciate like the technique and the skill it took to do that. But then as the receiver, you're like, I don't want to do that. But I will say it sort of made up for it. I don't think it fully made up for it. Like I told my dad, the most fun I had with sports this weekend was watching the Nets play the Knicks. It's fucking not what I expected. I was getting ready to watch like this big fight weekend, and it was just very underwhelming overall. But
I mean, fighting is like that a lot, especially like. Yeah.
I mean, no one was really. Was anyone really expecting anything out of Tyson, Jake Paul?
I was.
Were you expecting blood to be drawn?
Yes.
I was.
Yeah, I wanted to see it.
I was expecting Mike Tyson to throw a punch after round 2.
I
was expecting him to throw punches.
I was truthfully not expecting a KO on either side, but I was expecting to see some fucking haymakers.
Yeah. There was no haymakers.
There wasn't.
There was none.
No. But I guess we learned our lesson. Next time we'll just prioritize better fights.
Watch hockey where you see actual fists.
That's not a bad call. That's honestly speaking,
that'd be
it's getting
crazy.
to a point where
Fighting is increased in hockey.
Hockey is the legit
for like 10 years, no one really
sport
fought,
now.
and now people are fighting again.
So was that a rule made by like the hockey people?
The players were like, no. So like the refs would always break it up, and now they're breaking it up less.
Okay.
Like if the players are like, we want to go, the ref is like, all right,
I'm gonna put on the timer and turn around.
Well, it's not a timer. It's more of just like they go over there. They're like, all right, guys.
Figure it out over there.
And then once someone's fall, they look like they're struggling. Then they're like, all right,
we're gonna stop this now. That's wild.
All right, what's up with you, Joey?
Aside from also watching that fight on Netflix,
outside,
yeah,
that's what I heard.
Outside of watching that fight on Netflix, I was also watching something else on Netflix. It's this new anime show that's
Is it called Dan?
Everyone at my job watches that too.
My students are watching it now.
It's a really interesting show. Like, I have a lot of fun with it because the main plot is this nerdy boy at school meets this popular girl at the school, and they start talking about, I forgot how they start talking about it, but the boy believes in aliens and the girl believes in ghosts. And then they're like, you're wrong, that's stupid. So the girl dares the boy to go to a haunted house, and the boy dares the girl to go to an alien site. And they're both on walkie-talkies, calling each other shit out, like, this doesn't exist. Turns out both exist. And now the girl has to deal with aliens, and the boy has to deal with ghosts. And they basically work together to solve each other's problems.
Cool.
And it's really dope.
So, who's Dan?
Neither of them.
What is Dan?
I don't know.
So there's no explanation.
Joe, you gotta figure. Hey, Joe, you know what, Joey? We're actually, guys, we're gonna take this back next week. When
Joey gets like episode 8 and he's like the Don, you know, like
he has a paper. Joey's gonna come in. He's like, all right. He's like,
this is where
the year
starts.
was 1848.
No, it's fairly recent and it's coming out weekly. Yeah. Like, it's still coming out little by little. Yeah. It's a hard show to pitch because I feel like if you're not 100% comfortable with the people you talk to about like these sort of things, they're gonna be like, what the fuck are you talking about? What the fuck are you watching?
Don't worry, guys, Bobby's on it. Dan is a combo of Japanese words whose kanji roughly translates to ghost romance comedy story. So those Japanese people really know how to name their shows.
That's cool.
Spooky love show,
basically. Where was I? Oh yeah, it's hard to like talk about this show because literally in the first episode, the whole plot is the boy gets possessed by a ghost and the ghost steals the boy's penis.
Huh.
So
can you elaborate on that for a second? What do you mean by that? You mean like he possesses the penis?
No, so this is actually, I know, not to cut you off, but this is a thing I know about. There is like a Japanese folklore thing that I forget what they're called, but like there's this group of Japanese tales where there's different different creatures will steal different parts of your body. Okay. And there's one that's known for
penis stealing.
Yes.
Yeah.
Cool.
So
that's where they got it from.
Like, he got possessed, and then the girl like helped him, and then when they were walking away, he started touching himself, like patting his body, and he was like, "It's gone," and she's like, "What do you mean?" And it's nothing. There's nothing there.
Stump.
It's just blank. I don't know. They don't show it, but I'm assuming it's just blank. And the whole like legit 4 episodes is just him trying to find his penis.
Cool.
From this ghost. So you can't, when you meet someone new, it's like, oh, what are you watching? Oh, I'm watching this show about a guy who loses his penis to a ghost. Yeah. And it's like,
I'm a little more concerned now that my students are watching this. It's like they're literally in class, and my other coworker who's like a big anime fan, he's like, Dan. They're like, yeah. And he's like, yeah, what episode are you on? And I'm like, what the fuck even is this?
It's interesting.
I get scared sometimes when I'm watching like my students watch anime because like you know what anime has the potential to be, and you're like, I don't know. Go play Fun Brain or something. I was about to say,
cool, man.
Animes has a very broad spectrum,
exactly.
And the very fan base that you're like, oof, not touching those. But it's a good show. And the theme song is fire. Like, I don't know if you guys heard the theme song.
Yeah, you posted it on your story. It wasn't for me,
Andrea, but that's her alarm clock.
Is it really?
Yeah.
That's incredible. That's really funny.
Lit.
But good show. I can't talk about it. I don't know how it ends, but I'm still watching it, and it's really fun. Cool. It's fun to watch.
All right. So we started off with PlayStation trophy hunting. Then we went to combat sports. We went to anime. So we have to go back to something like cool and like you know, shooting guns, fireworks, hunting deer.
Yeah, when are we starting a gym?
Vagina.
I do that already.
You got it, guys.
Guys, our first
check-
vagina
Check
discussion.
check the box.
There we go.
That's it. We did it. No, we're done. That was it.
That was it.
That
We're done.
was
That's
the
over. That was the segment.
Oh,
Yeah.
we're done. Yes.
It took us 214 episodes to get here, but we finally talked about
Guys,
women.
I forgot that segment. It was really good, right?
Yeah,
It was a good
That was
segment.
good.
Yeah.
Leave a comment down below. What do you guys think?
Yeah, what's your favorite?
Top 10 vaginas.
Number 8.
Oh, shit.
Oh man. All right. Fucking anybody at all? Anything?
Well,
I wasn't lying before. I had fucking nothing to talk about.
I mean, Aquaman.
No,
What made you watch?
Yeah.
What made you wear? What made
What
you?
about Aquaman?
it was at the top of the shirt pile. That's pretty much it.
I actually chose to why I wore this shirt. It has Ghostface on it.
Mm-hmm.
And that's because Ghostface released yesterday, by the time you're watching this, for Mortal Kombat 1. Yeah, Mortal Kombat 1.
Confused yourself there
Is
a lot
it
with
the
that
first
one,
Mortal
huh?
Kombat?
Because I was about to say 12, and I was like,
Yeah.
wait a minute.
Not
no.
only did you have to remember the day, you had to remember the game too. You were like, no,
but I got it.
You did.
I got
You
it.
got it.
Yeah. So Ghostface is out. You can now play as Ghostface in a Mortal Kombat game. I think that's really cool. The tactic, I don't know the word, how to say it, but the thing they do is they have it Ghostface switch sides of the screens, so it indicates that it's two people.
Mm-hmm.
And instead they didn't have to worry about like, oh, he's a teleporter because he's a ninja.
No, there's just two of them.
Yeah, there's just two of them.
Yeah.
So they made it so it's just like walking onto screen and swapping knives. So I thought that was really cool how they added that.
Yeah.
Also, I'm probably gonna get my ass kicked in that game. Online fighting games are ridiculous.
Yeah,
Mhm.
dead ass.
They are sweaty.
Yeah, play some Rivals of
Hell
Aether,
yeah.
dude.
Fuck that game online, bro. That's
It's
literally
it's an
my experience.
It's it just makes me mad. I don't even want to go into it, to be
Yeah,
honest.
that's
It's
a
just-
whole
it's
tangent.
a private. That's just what fighting games do to you, man. You know?
I mean, it just sounds like not good vibes.
because like when you play like a game like Apex together, you know that's like a communal.
Yeah.
You go through the trenches.
Yeah, I
together.
can blame Bobby.
easy now. But point is, when it's yourself, when you just gotta like no matter
I
what,
gotta blame myself.
and then you're playing like sets against somebody too, so you get walloped in that first game, and you're like, I gotta go do this again, bro. Like, but anyway, fucking yeah.
yeah, just not good vibes.
Yeah,
I
I
was-
promise next week I will have done shit with my life to talk about.
Yeah.
No,
But, you know.
what was the last fighting game you've played? Was it that one that you just mentioned?
Yeah.
What
I
character
don't
was
play
you?
fighting games because it's
Not
it's almost like I don't know, like it's weird that I don't think like speedrunning's that degenerate, but I think fighting games are pretty degenerate. But it's like it gives off like that
They're
like
both there.
of course 100%, but it gives off just this kind of like I don't know. That like it's like loathing behavior almost that like it doesn't encourage like positive cycle like especially like video games are like kind of not an escape but it's like I play them because they make me happy.
They're both psychological torture. It's you either versus somebody else or you versus yourself. It's never a situation where it's you with somebody else. And if it is like a doubles match, no one gives nearly as much a shit. So it's the unfortunate,
Now I know why Dylan doesn't play Apex.
You should though. You should.
I'm just actually I don't play Apex because I'm bad at it.
Everyone.
I'm bad at it too.
I'm so
I
bad
don't
at
play
it.
it.
That game
I'm
is
so
the
bad at
epitome
it.
of
Everyone has, like,
no
self-loathing.
such thing.
The ability but it's like people who just like have an ability that
They have
completely
they have a game mode now called Bot Royale. You just get to play against bots. You just learn. You just fly
doesn't
in.
sound like fun.
That doesn't sound fun. You're just fighting bots.
Fucking you don't know how to play it. Fucking beat some bots and then you get better at the game. Or play mixtape. It's like team deathmatch. It's pretty fun. You die, you respawn. Like the company.
I'm playing Guitar Hero on Fortnite. I mean, I think is a different
Guitar Hero on Fortnite.
Yeah, there's like a Guitar Hero mode on Fortnite now.
Oh yeah, the rhythm game. That's
Yeah,
pretty fun.
and it's there to stay. Like they were like, well, no, this is here to stay. Every time we put new music onto the game, you could play these like the rhythm game.
Yeah, and I heard it's the shit. Or the fart. I don't actually
Yeah,
know how the
'cause Ice
song
Spice is
goes.
in it.
hard. Yeah.
Do you actually know the lyric?
Oh.
Sing it. Oh,
Yeah.
quick, get the wig.
Do your Ice Spice impression. Go. Come on.
Bitches think they thick, but I'm thicker.
Oh.
Okay, not bad.
Yeah.
It's not bad.
Mhm.
You had a
Yes.
little. Where is she from? Harlem.
I thought
Bronx?
she was from the Bronx.
Bronx?
Yeah.
Yeah, it had some Bronx in you.
Yeah.
I'm from the Bronx.
Starting to look like her.
Not yet. I'll get there.
That was oddly better, Jerry. That was weird.
Oh, Jay, no, Jerry.
Well, she's Dominican, you know.
Yeah,
Jerry's Dominican and Obama, so it works
He's
out.
Dobama.
Obama. Donald Trump's Dominican.
What?
You guys not know about it?
I've seen that name.
Seen that
Fucking
comparison.
he fucking spread rumors about Haitians.
Oh, yeah,
Puerto
yeah,
Rican Island, green card wife. Criminal, but he's still on the streets.
Sorry, I'm still hung up on Dobama.
Fucking tight jeans. You're like, why Obama?
Oh,
what are we doing?
Like some mango.
Oh man.
Chicharron.
Oh fuck, man.
Nice.
All right, last call before we bring it into.
I mean, honestly, besides, like, I think ending it on Dobama is
yeah.
All
right, cool.
Dom Bamba.
Well, it's time for Jam Yam Bam Slam of the week.
Cool.
Of the blam.
Would anybody like to start?
I'll go first. My slam is I found out when I was doing work. I was doing work at home, and I was basically I put on my Discover Weekly, and I haven't done that in a while. And the song, my slam for this week is, I had it, Loose Ends by Holywatr, but it's spelled Holy, W-A-T, and then R. So like, Water.
What? Okay.
No, I think it's just water, and I think it's just water.
I'm just trying to pronounce how it would look if it was pronounced the way it was.
Cool.
Nice.
My song of the week is gonna be by a band called Basement, and it's a song.
I know that band.
Yeah, it's a good band.
I've seen them live. They're good.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
It's a song called Ultraviolet, and the reason I picked it is
because we're in a basement.
Oh,
and it's Ultraviolet behind him.
Jared's like, because we're in a basement.
And it's Ultraviolet.
No, I was at work, and I was just like scrolling, and there was like a music widget thing, because I was like scrolling building stuff, and it was playing, and I was like, oh shit,
Nice.
I like that band.
Just realizing we forgot to turn on that. Can you turn on that red light for the last 2 minutes of the show, please?
Nice.
It'll make me feel better.
I don't know.
There's a switch on the back. You'll figure it out. Don't worry. In the
This
meantime, Dylan,
is taking long, man.
Dylan, what's yours?
I'm going with another class. I've been listening to a lot of divorced dad rock. I have had a lot of new artists and bands I like. Cyber, a lot of emo rappers put out new albums, but I'm gonna go with Down Rodeo by Rage Against the Machine. I was watching, I forgot their names, but it's like a black guy and his dad, and they were reacting to Break Stuff by Limp Bizkit, and more importantly, this song. And it's a good song.
Cool.
Mm-hmm.
I do have a kind of a little special thing to do real quick. I was between two songs, but I didn't feel right to pick one of them because I only heard it yesterday, and it was shown to me by Mildred. And it's an amazing song. Like, I gave it a 10 out of 10.
Nice.
But Mildred came up with a great idea. She said, why don't you just make it my jam of the week? To which I retorted, impossible.
You don't get one.
No, I just told her, jams are mine, so you have to have your own. So this is Mildred's first and probably only damn of the week. Damn. That's what she settled on. All right. It's a great song. Go ahead and listen to Hanging On by Active Child. It's a fucking dope song. But my actual jam of the week is going to go to Soft Spot by JMSN, spelled JMSN. It's a vibe. It's awesome. I like it. It's good. Video's cool.
Nice.
It's a bunch of dudes in white tank tops dancing. Cool. All right, thanks for watching this episode of the Joystick Show. I'm sorry I had nothing else to talk about, but
Why do you feel so guilty?
Because I didn't do anything, bro. What did I do? I went to work. That's it.
Nothing happened.
Yeah,
be like that.
I think you have to
sometimes.
come up with more. You need a more stress-filled job, Bobby.
I think that's what it is. Yeah,
I think that's what it
What
is.
I need in my life, Dylan.
Well,
is a more stress-filled job.
Well, more money, of course.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
Go along with it, of course. But like, you need because it's like you're just stir up some drama, push your kid down the stairs or something. Really get it going because it's like if it's getting stale, it's getting stale. You know,
become one of those teachers that they like lose their voice from like screaming at kids.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they come in the next day and they're like, I can't talk.
Gotcha.
Here's a packet.
I think the most exciting thing I had in my work week is a kid cut his hair with scissors by accident.
See, that's what I'm looking for. I don't get any of that these days.
I told Jerry, he was just like, I saw him do it. We were cutting fabric, and then I looked up, and he was like,
You turn back, he has a fade. You're like,
Kid was meant to be a barber. All right, well, thanks for hanging out with us. If you want to support us, it'd be helpful if you could like this episode of the Joystick Show, and if you could subscribe to Team Joystick. That's subscribing helps us. Subscribe, number go up, number go higher, make us happy. Get enough number, money acquire. Money make us happy. Money make us work more. 1 video, 2 video, 3 video, 2 video.
We've been going hard. I break in their hearts. You should
That was perfect. That was perfect.
You should end with like a MIDI of the song too, like the.